can get started. Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. Actually, yes, it's afternoon. Yeah. Today we're working in acrylics. So you'll need your acrylic paints. If you're new, it's not watercolor. So acrylic is the one that's more, you don't use water. We don't usually add water to acrylic paint. Okay, so you'll just need, I'll put that one away. You will need red, white, probably yellow, green, brown, and blue. So your basic colors. We'll just give everybody a couple of minutes to get their stuff out.
So what's the picture that we are going to draw?
It's coming.
Right. Okay.
So today's reference is a pair of ducks.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So we need white, red, yellow, brown.
White, red, yellow, brown, blue, and green.
Okay, thank you.
But it doesn't matter. You can use whatever. Just take out what you have. If you have it, then you can use it.
Hi.
Okay, does anyone still need the picture up?
Yes, I have something coming up.
Okay, take your time. Another thing is, if you're new, make sure you're using multimedia pad, the paper. So that's going to be the thick paper. Or a canvas or a canvas panel. If you don't have that, that's okay. You can just use some type of thick paper. So an ordinary printer paper won't work. You'll have to use something thick. You can paint on cardboard or those empty Amazon boxes you have lying around. You can actually tear them up and then practice painting the cardboard. And we're not going to be following the picture super directly, so don't worry if you don't have it memorized. All right, I think we can get started. Does anyone still need this? Sounds like we're good, or everyone's muted. So we're just gonna get started here. Okay, if you've been here for a while, you know that we always start with the background with acrylic. And the reason for that is so that our main subject, which is going to be the ducks, we can easily overlap the background, but it's harder to do the ducks first and then try to go in with a skinny brush to fit all the background in. That's actually harder. So we'll do our background first. I know it's brown, but we're going to do, well, I'm going to do an underlayer today of, I think I'm gonna go pink. I encourage you guys to try a different color for the underlayer. You can try yellow, orange, pink, those are all look good, but make sure you add a lot of white to whatever you use. So I'm going to open this somehow. Okay. So to make the pink, I'm just squeezing out red and white. Yeah, I really encourage everybody to try a different color for the undercoat. Most of it will be covered anyways. But keep in mind that whatever you choose for the undercoat will have an effect on your painting. You might not realize it, but most paintings have that undercoat. If it's a cool color, like blue, then the painting will seem a lot more, kind of more sad, more somber. And then if the undercoat, the underpainting is more warm, like yellow or pink, then the painting will seem more happy or cheerful. Usually it's like that. So I'm gonna go in with a pink today. And I'm just gonna use this to sketch out where my ducks are going to be and fill in the rest of the ground. So use your paintbrush as a pencil. So start with this guy. You may need to use a skinnier brush. And it doesn't need to be super accurate because it'll be covered anyways. So get this guy in there. Mm. So when we paint the background, it's always quite rough. Basic idea is you're gonna cover everything the same color except for the two ducks. So you're gonna try your best, just because they are white, you're gonna try your best not to touch into the ducks. Normally, if they were a different color, I would just go right ahead and just color the whole background the same color. So then you just go in, cover all of this extra space. If you're working in any sort of painting, except for watercolor, you'll find that you go through a lot of white. So that's usually the color that we have to buy the most. So very roughly, we'll give everybody some more time to do this, but you're just gonna create the outline of things that look maybe like ducks. If it helps, you can use the leftover paint to sketch out the beaks of the ducks. You don't have to do this because it'll be covered anyways. Okay, so I'm just gonna wash my brush here. Oh no, it's shaking the camera. Okay, so from here, we can start working on this fence and making it look more like a fence. So show this picture again. So here we can see clearly that there's a shadow area and there is a brighter area here because these planks are in the back. So what we can do is pick any two colors. You don't have to use brown. Pick any two colors for the planks. You pick a darker color and a lighter color, and that becomes your wood. So you can have any color you want as the fence. You really don't have to use brown. That being said, I'm going to use whatever I have left. So I have red here, and I'm just gonna mix it with a bit of, I think I'll actually do brown. So I'm mixing my red with dark brown. Yeah, so in this case, you know, if you're like, I don't have brown, what do I do? Just use a darker color. You can use blue or dark blue. You can use purple, just anything but black. Okay, so this I'm gonna mix into, this is my dark color. And then for my lighter color, I'm gonna go, I think orange. I'm gonna do a beigey orange. So where'd the red go? Okay. To make orange, I need red, yellow, and I will need white. Okay, so that's just red, yellow, and white. Yeah, it's like mustard and ketchup. I'm gonna go ahead and mix that into my lighter color with a different brush. Okay, that's really red. It's orange, guys, I promise. I'm gonna add a bit of brown to that. So you might be going, but that's a dark color. That's not a light color. So you gotta add white to it. So let's do that. Okay, so my colors today are this orange beige, which also really looks like brown, but that's okay. And we have this reddish brown. Okay, applying this theory, you can use any set of colors. You can just make the fence blue. And then what you want to do is start adding these sections in. So you can draw them in first, or whatever helps. You can use a ruler, but you can sketch them in first. I would suggest leaving some of this pink showing through. So leave some of that. What is that? What? Right, it's not supposed to be even, it's wood. And we just want to do the same over here. And we'll start here. Ah, yeah, this one's so slanted. That's okay. We're gonna go in with our dark color. So if it's uneven, just embrace it. This is what we're looking for. I think this fence is a little bit lopsided. Then I'll fill in some of the ground as well. And there is a plank going across here. So I'm gonna go ahead. Actually, let's do the dark color first. So before this dark color dries, I'm gonna go in, throw it in these areas. I will leave some of the pink showing. You see that I'm leaving this strip of pink there. Yeah, just gonna throw this in. Right here again, I'm gonna be leaving a line of pink. So on this side, so I'm gonna stop right here. I want to be a little bit careful around the duck's head because the brown, if you're using a dark color, it's going to be hard to cover with white. So just be a little bit careful. It's not going to be the end of the world if you do go over, but it just will require a little more paint to cover. Again, leaving that pink. And same thing over here. So I'm gonna go and leave a strip of pink. Okay, so I'm just gonna get that color in there. And the reason why I did the dark color first is so I can use the light color to make that other, what is that called? Fence? Fence? It's also just a fence. Okay. Right, so now I can go and draw this divider in. I guess it goes away over here. And then I can always go in with my dark and fix up some of these areas. So we'll revisit that later when we add more detail into the wood. Oops. I'm just adding some of this in the bottom. So you can see this would have worked with any color. Okay, so if I mix these two colors together, my dark and my light, I get something in the middle that I can use to decorate my wood. So I can use that and draw lines in my wood. Just give it some more texture. So I'm going up and down. Yes, there's a bit of shadow on this one. And then we'll just give everybody a bit of time to work on their background fences, and then we'll move on to these two guys. This guy's beak is gone. Left. Bringing his beak back. So now we get to wait for this to dry. So just wait for everybody to work on their background. Okay, so it's important that you make sure all of this dries before we start blocking in ducks. And what I mean by this is we're gonna go in with white just straight white, and we're going to start blocking in the outlines of our two friends. So basically, it's like, think of it as whiteout. So I lost most of this guy's head while I was painting the fence. So bringing that back right now. He's back. Okay, now he needs the neck. Okay, this is what I mean by it's a little bit hard to cover, so you'll need to go over it probably more than once. So right here. This guy is actually a lot bigger. And then we'll go ahead and block out this guy's friend. just keep blocking out the shape of your ducks. I'm pretty sure Calgary passed a law that if you want to keep ducks, I think ducks or chickens in your backyard, you can now do that. So if anybody wants to start a backyard farm in the city, you can do that now. Okay, so with your extra white, I'm gonna create a highlight color using the brown. So if you use blue, you can just create a light blue. If you use any other color, just add a bit of white to it so you can add highlights to the fence. And then from there, I'm just gonna add a couple of highlights to my fence. And you can use that color to also sketch out their beaks if you haven't done that already. So their beak shape is it's very flat. It's like a very flat triangle. Okay, and then you can also use this to sketch out where the shadows are gonna be. And you might be asking, where's a shadow on a white animal, right? You can't really see it, but there are shadows on the duck. So for example, there's gonna be a shadow right here when for this beak on the other duck. So I'm just gonna sketch out the shape of that shadow. Okay, and then along the body, the shadow here, there's shadow up here on the duck, all the way down. And there's some behind this wing here. Same with this duck, just under the beak here, under the neck. and along this area. There's a bit of a yellow coloring along the wing. So yeah, I just want to get your duck looking a little bit like Frankenstein's monster here, and we'll go from there. So I'm gonna run to the washroom quickly, but for everybody here, just keep working on your ducks and the shadows on the ducks. Okay, I'm back. So I'm going to start mixing a color for the shadow of the ducks. And I'm going for a warm yellow color. So we're gonna go white. We'll do a bit of yellow. And the best is if this is a little bit of a dirty color. So that this yellow is very clean looking, but I want it to be a shadow. So I can get some of the whatever color I have left here. I just want to make it a little bit muddy. Once I have my muddy yellow, I can use this as my shadow on my ducks. So I'm gonna go in and add it to all those areas that I made for myself. Okay, so I'm just gonna add it in. I think I need more white. I'm gonna go in and add yellow to some areas. So just follow those areas that you lined for yourself already. I'm also gonna take that yellow and put it up into the beak. Okay. So I'm gonna add that shadow in. If you're like, oh no, my ducks are all yellow now, that's okay. So we're gonna go in with another layer of white after all of this. Okay, so in the meantime, while I'm waiting for this to dry, I'm gonna go in with a super dark color. So I'm gonna go with actually I have some brown on my palette right here. So brown plus blue. It's a really great shadow color. You might be asking, why don't I just use black? I have black. Black creates kind of an endless hole in paintings. When you see them in real life, it doesn't let any light through. So the shadows actually look better if you paint them in blue or if you paint them in brown. So this is actually just dark blue brown. And I'm gonna go into each of these little, what are these called? Crevices? And I'm just gonna add in some of those shadows. And then I'm also gonna draw in some of those wood designs. They're kind of like upside down, oh no, normal V's. They're not even upside down. So there we go. We've added some depth in there. And now I'm going to use that leftover color to shade in my eye. So with the eye, you might want to use a pencil or a lighter color to sketch it out first. Because if the eye placement is goofy, the whole duck is going to look a little bit off. So this one is really close to the beak. It's about probably here. Fill that in there. It's in there somewhere. So I'm going to sketch that out. You'll probably be better off if you have a skinnier brush here. This guy's eye is about, I would say, here. Okay, there, something like that. You can also use this time to sketch out the beak outline. And then what we're gonna do now, or what I'm gonna do, is water this down like crazy. So I'm gonna mix it in with whatever color I have left, so the yellow here. But the point is, I want to create this blue-gray. So water this color down. And with this gray, you want to use it sparingly, but basically add it in those areas where you feel like the shadow isn't quite strong enough, like right here. Right here. Maybe up here. So believe it or not, we're actually almost done here. So we just have a couple of more steps. We need to add in plants and cover this duck or these ducks in more white because right now they look really dirty. Okay. I'm gonna wait for that to slightly dry. In the meantime, I'm just gonna make a light green. So I need green, I have yellow on the palette, and I'm gonna need a lot of white. green, yellow, a lot of white. Mix that up until you get a kind of a grassy color. And that's gonna be our leaf color. I'm just gonna put it in. It's gonna be a little bit challenging. You have to wait for all of this to dry because it likely won't cover all this dark pigment. So I'm gonna go ahead and just draw some greenery in there. You don't need much, just like a little bit here and there. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a little bit here, and I'm gonna do some green. And then with my dark green, I'm just gonna go and make some of those areas a little bit darker. Same with up here. Make some of these areas a little bit darker. So I mixed way too much green, actually. I have way too much green on my palette, so I'm just gonna add a couple of leaves over here. They don't exist in the picture, but I have too much green. So we're getting another plant. So our last steps after this are to cover our ducks in white and add in our final shadow areas. Or let me rephrase that, making some areas darker. Okay, so we'll forget about the green for now and focus on making these ducks really white. So what we're gonna do is squeeze out a bunch of white. Okay, and then what you're gonna do is pretty much add that white back into those areas where it's a little bit lost. You might need to add some water to get it to kind of come along. What you'll find is you can, once you add the white, you can still see these colors underneath it. It'll just be less obvious. So you decide how much you want to lighten or darken areas. If you don't want them to be that much lighter, just add some more water. So the idea here is now I can add back my white areas so my duck doesn't look so dirty. And you can add in these little hairs. He does have hair, little feathers. But you don't have to. He's a fashionable little guy. He's got hair. So what I do is I just take my brush and I kind of feather out the edges. So you don't have to do this. You can be a smooth duck if you want. You can still be fashionable if he's smooth. Same thing with his friend. I'm just gonna go along the edges, make him all furrier. Okay, so give everybody a little more time to finish that. And while you guys are doing that, I just want to show you that you can use, oops, yeah, there you go. So you can use any color as an outline. Most often black is used, but I'm actually going to use blue to create some outlines here. So I have my blue, and I'm just going to show you guys.
This is absolutely beautiful.
But ducks.
It's so beautiful, Jenny.
You can name them.
Yeah, you should sell this. It's so beautiful. The ducks actually pop.
This is Gerald and that's Harry. All right, guys. So I just want to show you how you can use a different color as an outline instead of black. So today our friends are gonna have blue eyes, I guess. Okay, so all these areas that I put in the dark outline, I'm gonna go in with blue. And you might be wondering, why did you choose blue out of like every single color you could have chosen? And there's a reason for that, is because this painting is very cool toned. So you need some or sorry, this painting is very warm tone. It's very orange, it's bright. You need a bit of cold color to balance out. So if we add just a little bit of blue, it makes everything come out more. Okay, so but the catch is you have to add that blue in other areas as well, just a little bit. The extra blue I'm just gonna throw into my fence. And I feel like my eyes are still not dark enough, so I will add either brown or black, just something really dark in that pupil because they look a little bit soulless. So just go in with the tiniest bit of black into the pupil. I still want to keep most of it blue. And then one last thing you could do is make the beaks a little more orange. They are really kind of washed out, so they might look better if I add a little more brightness to them. So I'm gonna go in and add a little more brightness to these beaks. Why does it turn out pink? I want orange. There we go, orange. Okay. I think my friends today are finished. So these two guys are done. Hooray, they're done. My apologies for my neighbor who's been mowing his lawn for like an hour and a half.
He's got a lot of gas in his tank.
I guess so. Maybe he has a lot of grass. He's got to get it like really short or something.
It's a very, very nice piece of work, Jinju. Thank you so much.
You are so welcome. Thank you everybody for coming today.
Let's see your pictures.